advised. Op 4 toxin set. Op 4, friendly operator remaining.
Muero. Gracias.
Hostiles eliminated.
What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Greezy, and today we're going to be going over how to defend in Rainbow Six Siege, a 101 guide for you here. I'm only going to go over this again is more of like a beginner guide for people that are brand new to the game, or maybe a little bit newer that haven't played very many ranked matches, or if you're just looking to maybe improve some game and get some tips on what you could be doing better or some things you could look at while you're defending. So we're going to start on the map of Cafe here. I'm going to go over this top site, give you kind of like a basic defender hold. Where you want to put like maybe rotates, how you want to set it up, and kind of go over some basics for you so you kind of get an idea of how you defend the game. So when you play Rainbow Six Siege, the premise of defense is you're trying to protect people from getting into the rooms around either the A bomb or the B bomb, and you're trying to stop them from planting what's called a diffuser. So it looks like this little briefcase that's got a computer. It looks like the football that the president would have for like the nuclear codes you see in movies. And a normal ranked match will go 3 minutes in length. So you're either trying to stall them the entire 3 minutes without having them get the diffuser down, or you're trying to kill all 5 of the other people on the other team. So on Cafe here, the basics of the defense is you're trying to stop them from getting to maybe default plant spots. So a lot of places they're going to commonly try and plant is right here. This is one of the most common plant spots, is right here behind that little bar, because it is bulletproof. So it looks like it's wood. Like usually you'll think like walls like this, they're bulletproof, and you think these are the same, but these aren't bulletproof unless you get through all of the layers of wood. Do you notice how that took a solid, probably I want to say it took about 4 hits or 5 hits to get through all of that wood. See, there's like 5 or 6 or maybe 4 or 5 layers there of wood. So that's a common spot, because that way you are protected from any bullets that could be coming at you. And then also you could have a teammate either trying to hold for anyone swinging wide, or you could have someone that holds maybe an angle from back here that's watching anyone trying to come through the freezer to stop the plant. And then you maybe have someone that watches back here for anyone trying to come through white. So that's a very common place to plant because it is protected. Or they'll try and get this wall open and push and plant either right here or right here behind the bar, are some of the more common places. Or you're trying to stop them from getting over here and either planting right here, which is very common, or again behind this bar as well, right here behind that window. So defending this, the basic, a very basic setup will look kind of like this. You'll put a wall there. You'll probably put a rotate right here. That way you can move a little bit easier through without worrying about being in a line of sight for the skylight moving over here. You always want to have a rotate over here as well, because it just doesn't make it easy to move through this. In more lower ranks, you're probably going to reinforce this entire wall. You definitely want to have this wall reinforced though as well. This will be the most common, all reinforced. And depending on your preferences, you get higher in like rank or get more experience in the game and I want to play. Maybe you have a 5 sec you'll play with. A lot of times you'll see people put rotates right here that are vaultable also, because that way it's harder for, like, say maybe you have someone that was playing over here in piano, it's called, or the lounge. So you have someone playing over here. It makes it so maybe if you do lose this, like they come on the rappel for these windows and they try to push up white, you don't have someone watching white stairs really, and they get here. If they try to go through your rotate to come after you, you'll hear that. Because you'll hear that initial prompt when they go to vault it. You'll get a sound cue that you'll know somebody's at the rotate. So doing that also helps a lot if you put rotates up high. That's also very common because then you'll reinforce this wall as well. Someone that can play back here, maybe in the lounge. So you might have someone play up here on the piano. That way they can kind of watch the windows. And then you always want to reinforce this wall as well. Just to help delay more time. That way they don't have an easy pass of getting into the lounge area. Or cigar lounge, depending on what your team wants to call it. But it makes it easier so they can't have an easy access into it. And so maybe if they do try to open it, like they have a Habana, maybe their thermite opens it. If you have someone that plays up here, or maybe they're playing back over here on an off angle, trying to watch it, it really helps. Some teams will put a shield here as you get higher up. This is a very common way to put a shield. And then they have someone here called this area, which is called pixel. Because if you sit over here, and you sit back on this angle, you get a nice little pixel peek that looks through this area, through that doorway, and you can even watch this doorway as people try to push through it. So I'll put a ping. So from playing back here, you can literally hold this angle and it'll hit anybody that comes through that doorway. That's a very basic one, so you don't really have to put the shield there, but you have someone that can play back here if you want, like maybe a Doc, or maybe your Jaeger wants to slight roam over here, maybe a Legion if you have one on your team. That's a good spot to play as one of those kind of operators, and then have that rotate. So now you can also have somebody play Freezer. So a lot of times it's maybe a smoke player. I like to play somewhere around here, or I'll play in this bathroom a lot of times, because then I can also help my team delay. So I can throw my smokes back over in that corner or to this doorway, just to help my team delay it. And if I play over here, I can smoke off the default plant or that doorway so they can't push through the doorway, or I can swing over and smoke off that default plant as well. It's just a good spot to play from there. Or I'll also play back on this corner, in this area in the bar or cocktail lounge. And that way I can play in one of these bars, or I can just play in this area so I also can throw my smoke canisters. A lot of times you can put a hole up high, and then I can just throw my smoke grenades, and they're going to land, and it'll smoke off this entire default spot. That'll be the most common way of doing it for this. I'll go over the other two more common sites as well here after this. But when you're defending, you really want to do that. Have a nice setup. Have rotates. Your team can move around through the sites a little bit easier, just to help you out. And also have walls that can protect you. Maestro, if you like to play Maestro, you can also set this up with his little shotgun pistol he has. Ortis's impacts. You can do that. And then also you can come over and you could throw your impact grenade at that, and it'll blow it up, and then it just leaves it wide open so they can't plant there easy. And this is the most common spot back here. This whole area is usually called Maestro, and you'll hear teams call it out if you watch streamers or Pro League. Because if you have the Maestro Alda and you're back here, you get 81 bullets, and you can just spray with little to no recoil at anybody trying to come through any of those areas. You can even push over here. I like to push to this area and maybe even put a hole up a little bit higher to look through. And then I can put holes through that wall. I'll usually put holes there with my little shotgun pistol he gets. The more advanced setup. That way you can even help your teammate that's playing that area watch his windows behind him. And just help cut off that area and give more delay for the attacking team. And then it also gives you angles so you can watch the cigar door. You'll also be able to watch anyone trying to push default. And with all you can also get ready and swing out. So you can also play this area as Maestro. This is another good spot. So you can watch the drop. You can put holes through this with your machine pistol also. And then you get a nice little angle you can use to watch as they push through. So trying to get creative as you go as well, but a very nice default setup would be that you have a wall here, so it protects the person trying to play this area from getting wall banged easy. Then you have the rotate you can use up. That way you don't get shot from skylight easy, and you're not seen from the other angles as easily. Reinforce this wall so they don't have easy lines of sight into freezer. And you can choose to reinforce these two walls if you want. I usually reinforce them anyway though, just to help delay them if they get control of that lounge. And then you can either have this all reinforced, or you can put the rotate like this, just so if you do have somebody that wants to play back there, it gives them that second option to push through bathroom instead of having to push down here with maybe getting shot off this window, or have someone on that window repelled shooting the person running up and down this hallway. But if you have any other maps you want me to go over, or if you have any tips you use, any strats you like to use, let me know down in the comments below. Again, I like to really know about other people's strats or hear what they like to do that works. If you have something that you think works very high number of times, is a high percentage win when you use that strat, or if you do a certain thing, let me know down in the comments below. It's always nice to learn new things. That's what this game is so great for. Every day is a new day in the game. Like, the strats can be similar, but you never quite get the same outcome. So it's nice to learn new things, new angles that you might have. And if you aren't already subscribed, do hit that subscribe button and like button on the video. It helps me out to know what content you do like, what maybe I'd like to reproduce. And then let me know in the comments below any maps you might have, any things you might to go over, any tips you want me to go over with you as well. Let me know. I love hearing that feedback. But we'll keep it the next time, boys. Keep it easy, keep it greasy. It's your boy Greezy. I'm out.